I got all these songs. I had a list of songs going through my head.
It's all right.
So now I got I'm a force.
I'm forced to be reckoned with.
I'm a force when we're together.
Oh,
I'm good all by myself,
and I'm a force when we're together. That's my song. Yes.
You make me better.
You make me better. Yes. I feel like
2 vibes, 1 vision.
Welcome back to part 2 of our interview with LK Scott. This time, it's all about love and community. Let's go.
I wish that we would have a lot of people who would start getting to their root causes of things. Because I feel like if people were to do that, this world would be a little better.
But that's where also, going back to shifting your community, you have to have a community where you can trust to be yourself. You have to have a community that you can trust to take off the masks. You know, in college, I had a group of friends. This one professor called us the FLY Girlz. But we used to have moments where we're like, all right, you need to be in a circle. And like, let's say this was our dorm room. One of us would stand at the door because you're not going to leave. And we would just lay it on.
I love it.
And we had to receive it and take it for what it was worth. And know that it was coming out of love. Whether if our feelings got hurt, got mad, we gonna argue, whatever. At the end of the day, we know this is coming from love.
Yeah.
And we've all had our moments.
Yeah.
in the circle. And but that was a space, and one of the reasons we did it with all of us was we're not gonna go back and gossip. The people that we would go back and tell, you know, the people that we would go back and gossip to about, y'all be right here in this room. So it's in house already. But that was one of my safest places in college, was with those women, and we're still friends to this day. You know, life shifts and all that other kind of stuff, but we're still friends to this day. And I know I can call on any one of them, or any one of them can call on me. And it's like, what you need, we'll figure it out. But it's because they allowed me to take it off in a time where I didn't even think I had anything to take off.
Right.
So
it was like those uncomfortable conversations. How can you build upon a friendship if you don't have friction? Like if it's happy honky dory all the time, I got a problem because we're supposed to grow together.
Yes.
And how can we grow together if we don't have those uncomfortable conversations? Like one of my good friends now, I had to peel the mask. This is what transpired with me. I can't talk about you, but you can talk about you when I get through. This is what I'm going on. This is what I'm dealing with. This is the problem I have with you. So let's talk about this so that we can be able to create an understanding and then move forward. Because after the uncomfortable conversations, you don't bring it up. You seal it. You throw it away.
I was called the sea of forgetfulness.
Yes. Now, if something happens to where you triggered them,
right,
and
pattern of
bring it back,
behaviors or whatever,
then we got to deal with that again. But I'm very cautious now of who I bring in my inner circle. I'm being cautious, and I'm asking the Creator, hey, I just want you to bring like-minded people, but I also want you to send me people who gonna help me grow.
Yes.
Even my enemies.
Yeah.
Even my enemies. Like, I'm learning the process right now. My enemies and the tactics of my enemies. There's some enemies that's familiar in your camp already.
Yes.
And you ain't acknowledging it because of the fact that you're scared to acknowledge that. But you have to acknowledge that you do have some enemies in your circle.
Taking it back, not to make this episode all spiritual and religious, but hey, that's who I am. But taking it back to Jesus had Judas. And he knew what was going to happen, but he kept Judas. And I give Judas some kind of pass, and this is just my interpretation of, I don't knock Judas, because Jesus knew what Judas was going to do, and he kept him there, and Judas served a purpose. If Judas had never betrayed Jesus, Jesus never would have gotten to where he needed to be. And that's how, with that perspective, it has helped me learn how to deal with people or places that I feel are not treating me right.
Yeah. And I also think about how he also hung out with so many different people.
Yes.
He didn't hang out with the same people who's doing the same thing. He hung out with drunks. He hung out with these. He hung out with a whole bunch of people. So
the people that were told
that we
don't need to hang out with.
Absolutely.
Like, well, you got this degree or you do this, and how you hanging? Because they're, again, going back to the statement, we're human first. I feel like that's what I'm going to rename. I feel like that's what I'm going to rename this episode. We're human first.
Yes, we're human first.
We're humans first. And we cannot do this thing called life, this experience called life, alone. Mm-hmm. We can't do it alone, and we can't do it with people who only look and act and think like us. Mm-mm. Because diversity breeds strength. Mm-hmm. You and I are different. We have a lot in common, but we also have a lot that's different. Mm-hmm. And you bring in skills, and I bring in skills, and you bring in weaknesses, and I bring in weaknesses. Mm-hmm. But together, I got all these songs. I had a list of songs going through my head.
Sorry.
So now I got I'm a force.
I'm forced to be reckoned with.
I'm a force when we're together.
Oh,
I'm good all by myself,
and I'm a force when we're together. That's my song. Yes.
You make me better.
You make me better. Yes. I feel like that you have a whole theme song. Do you have a theme song?
I just love India Ari.
Yes, India.
I'm an India. Now my favorite ultimate singer is Whitney Houston. Mm-hmm. Hands down.
Okay.
Shout out.
Yes.
The voice. But just India Ari and the messaging in her music and in her lyrics and following her on social media is just my favorite. Matter of fact, it's in the beginning of the book that we just published. And it says, the words that come from your heart, you're the first to hear. Speak words of beauty and you will be there. That is my favorite all-time lyric, any song ever.
I should know that. You know
and
why?
That's from Voyage to India.
You quoted that in one of your workshops.
I did.
You did. I remember at Black Coffee.
Oh, I love that workshop.
Yeah, you quoted her.
But that's what I rest on, because that's what we're talking about, what the change and the catalyst and the positive. That's what, because I used to have a negative image of myself, and I used to have all these thoughts, again, the perfectionism, the black women have to be strong, and all this other kind of stuff. Like, but what do I tell myself? What am I feeding to myself? Before anybody else feeds me anything, what am I feeding to myself? And I think for you, when you found out you were about to be a mother, I think that's when you started thinking, oh crap, I need to be feeding myself some stuff so I can feed this baby. Not just physically feed this child, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually feed this child. And if you don't have it in yourself to give to yourself, how are you going to have it to give to someone else?
Yep, absolutely. That's good. You better speak. Yes.
So, your minimizing story, that's what I call it now. Your healing journey. And then we have FLY Girlz.
Woo!
Y'all, I love me some FLY Girlz. That was the best part of my summer, just to tell you.
I love
it's to be with those ladies, young ladies. So tell the audience about FLY Girlz. How did it come to be, and what it means for you?
So FLY Girlz Academy is a phenomenal program for young girls aged 7 to 18 years old, where we unleash the fearless leader you are meant to be in the community. So my why towards establishing this program was me. I wish I had a program like this. And so also I was an educator in the classroom like Dr. TJ. So we know about the educator life. And so there was some things that I felt that were needed in the classroom but weren't going to be received in the classroom because we're confined or constricted to so many things, which I understand. You know, there's some things that you can't talk about in the school district, which is fine with me. But I'm going to go through the story of the name. So
I want you to tell them what the FLY means.
Yes. So FLY stands for Fearless Leader in You. So anybody hears the name Fly Girlz with a Z, they're thinking that about the book Fly Girl.
So you know what comes to my mind?
What?
In living color, because the dancers were the Fly Girls.
So listen,
wait, that's right?
You're yes. Okay. So you in my life now. It wasn't the book. I wanted to be a fly girl when I wanted the knee pads and everything.
Yes, the bomber jacket.
I wanted to be Jennifer Lopez up on the stage. I wanted to slide on the thing and everything. Right. Yes. And so that's where Fly Girlz came from. But I was like, okay, I see that concept, but what can Fly stand for? Mm-hmm. And it was like fearless. Okay, fearless what? Fearless leader in you. We want to equip these girls to be able to be bold within themselves and not wait till my age to understand who they are as a person. So the components that we develop in our program is social emotional learning skills, leadership development skills. We also go out into the community and do community service or community outreach, or go into the community to learn about different things. And we also have that family engagement pieces, because it takes a village to be able to raise a child. And so we have like monthly events we go to. So with Fly Girlz, what we instill in them is the things that our parents are asking for, or even the girls. Like, we want our girls to have an input in what they do. I hear them, I see them. My daughter is in there. My two nieces, but my niece, the baby one, the baby one. You know, she's an honorary. She's not 7 yet, but she an honorary.
Yeah, she sat in the group with us.
Yeah, I saw.
I led the group, and I had to modify some things, but she still got her lesson on. What did I do? Oh, failing is beautiful.
I love it.
Failing beautifully. I'm sorry, and I had to modify it for her, but she was. We did it, and she was able to review when I asked her to review.
And when I tell you, if you can do that, then that means you did bomb. Because my baby, oh my God, I love her though. That's my Layla boo. But yes, I just want to make sure that it's quality over quantity. I don't care if I have 5 girls in my program. I don't care if I have 50 girls in my program. Whoever needs to be there will be there. We have good parent support, a great plethora of community who do show up and show out for our girls. But I'm just here to serve my girls with love, purpose, and passion. Like, that's where I'm at.
And I see it. So this summer, you had your summer academy, is what I'm going to call it. I don't know what you called it. And I came out to present, and there was another presenter, and she had a little girl. And I remember when y'all were doing your strolls and doing your calls and all that kind of stuff. And it's not mimicking a sorority.
No.
Let me say that it's not mimicking a sorority.
Because I wasn't even in a sorority, having that.
But the other presenter, her daughter was watching, and she just got in line, and she started following, and she was doing it all wrong. But the other young ladies in that group, they worked with her, they taught her, even your little niece. They were about the same age, I think, and they were going at it together. But just seeing how that 5-year-old. She was watching, and she was like, I want to be a part of that. And then she felt comfortable enough to just jump in. And there was community enough where they just accepted her and brought it in. And I love that. And then your circle, your affirmation circle, where you have them popcorn and like, what do you tell them?
Oh, Fly Girlz, it's shout out time.
Yes.
That's the shout out time.
Yes, I love the shout out time. I love it. Because it teaches one, perspective taking, empathy, because you have to find something to say, and it can be for training purposes. It can be something as small as, hey, I like your earring. If that's where you got to start, then that's where you got to start.
There we go.
Or it can be something deeper, as I like how you listen to me when blah 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 blah, and I love that. I love it. And that is community building, that is sisterhood building. We talked about in our last episode how women are often in conflict with each other or in competition with each other because we don't have a sense of control. And so we project onto other women. And what you are doing is building a skill in these young ladies at a young age that can take them so far. And teaching them how to, I might not like you, or I might not like you in this moment, you know, whether it's permanent or not, but I can find the good in you. And that is powerful. And that is what I like about, yes, I like the calls and the strolls and the dances and all that. I love that. But what I value in it is what you are building in these young ladies. And that is important.
Thank you. Yeah. There have been some bumps in the roads where, you know, girls are going to be girls. Yeah. That's what it is. But one moment I could think of that was the turning point was when we were somewhere. We were at an event or whatnot. And one of my little girls, she was like, I want to go compliment her. And I said, what? She said, I want to go compliment her, but I'm nervous. I said, are you going to be fearless enough to say, hey, I'm going to go out there and I'm just going to do it? Or are you just going to continue to be afraid? She was like, and she did a breathing exercise too. I was like, oh my gosh, I taught her how to breathe too. She said, I got this, Miss Lauren. I said, yes, you do. Hype man, can't help it. Go ahead and do it. So I'm mingling. She's like, I did it, Miss Lauren. I did it. And another moment was actually this year. So I had a little girl. She's very quiet, very reserved. She was like telling her mom, I don't want to be in this program no more. I said, okay, you know, I don't have no problem with that because it's not for everybody. And I'm okay with that. And so she calls me one day, and it was actually her sister that called me. She was like, Miss Lauren, guess what she did? I was like, what? She asked to be on the tennis team and told her, you know, the reason why she should be on tennis, like advocating for herself.
Love it.
I said, okay, advocate. Yes, let's go. Okay, things are happening. And she was like, and ever since y'all went to Oklahoma, it's like, what are we doing for FLY Girlz? What do we do? I said, oh, okay. I love it.
Yes.
So you can change. You got to change your mindset.
Yes. Change the thought, change the behavior. Yes, absolutely. And as we close out, I always like to leave with tips.
Okay.
Hold on. First thought first. It's funny you were talking about complimenting someone else. Because literally that is one of the tips we gave, or one of the things we talked about last episode as well. Is Marcine's like she's one of the things that she's talking about soft life and soft season and all that. And one of the things she does is she intentionally compliments people, whether they're men or women, mostly women. But she intentionally compliments them. She finds something to compliment them about. And mine is, I intentionally, if I see something, I point it out. So like, I was talking to someone that had lipstick on their teeth. Or I was about to take a picture with someone who has a role, you know. And I was like, oh wait, your hair, let me. And it's just like, because for me, and I guess it goes back to that perfectionism, I want things to be together, and I wouldn't want to be talking to somebody or, you know, be in a picture with a little cowlick or whatever. And so I'm going to give to others what I would hope they would give to me. And so I love it. That's that, again, community building. Yes. So, but we like to end every episode with some tips. And so, because you have grown and are growing, because it's a process, from minimizing yourself to presenting in your fullness. And your fullness changes day by day. You know, what are some tips or some thoughts that you have about how to take up space? Because as women, as people of color, as humans, that's going back to we're humans first. We all have received messages. For the most part, every person has received a message about minimizing, fitting into the box, whatever. So what kind of tips or what kind of advice can you give to someone who wants to rightfully take up the space that they have?
Ooh, I can say this now because I'm proud of me. Listen.
Come on now.
You can take up space by giving yourself space. And I'm going to tell you what I'm talking about. I'm not just talking about self-care. I'm talking about soul care too, okay? Ooh. That's what I'm talking about. So I had to teach myself how to become well. what are some things that I enjoy to fill my cup in order for me to fill other people's cup. You can't take up space if you're sucking the life out of your own space. You can't possibly do that. So literally yesterday I was so in awe. I have never felt relaxed in my whole life. And yesterday was the day I knew I had arrived to say no and boundaries. I'm used to
no and boundaries,
serving everybody. I'm used to giving. I'm used to what you need. And I had to learn for myself that I can't let people suck the life out of me and possibly be bold for everybody.
You have nothing to be bold with. It's gone.
It's gone. You're suffocating. You choked. You're white. Okay? So therefore, I would say you give yourself space by seeing what can you do to fill your cup up. It's not going to look like me. Like yesterday, I literally woke up and I've been telling myself, this is the first thing I do when I wake up. Today is going to be a great day. There's power in your words. Even when you feel groggy and you're tired, you got the crust in your eyes. Today is going to be a great day.
Yes.
That's the first thing I do.
So I used to, when my husband would leave for work, I used to say, go be great. I stopped saying that because I don't want to put that pressure. You know, great is subjective. So I started saying, go be you. Go be you today.
Yeah. And then we have a routine in my household where, you know, everybody's hustling, bustling. But I look at them and I say, I love you.
Yes.
You never know what's going to happen each day. We walk around with our chip over our shoulder because somebody done made us mad, or somebody done said something about another person and put the residue on you. Making sure that you are telling people every day that you love them, no matter what it looks like or no matter how it feels like. You tell people that you love them. Another thing is relax. Just relax.
Again, what Whitley Gilbert said: relax, relate, release.
Yes, to Whitley. I literally yesterday, because I'm transparent, I can't help it. I danced.
We believe in authenticity.
Listen,
here.
I danced in my bra and my drawers on yesterday. I was listening to. I know you see me on the video. True. I was listening to all the throwbacks, just dancing my butt off because I just needed that release and that relaxation for me. So whatever you can do to put a smile on your face or to be able to cleanse yourself, you do it and be intentional about it. Take that cell phone, cast it aside. Take them emails, cast it aside. It's gonna be there. All of that stuff that we do from day to day is gonna be there. But in order for us to live our one life, one choice, one mind, we have to make sure that we are taking space for us.
Sorry, y'all.
Hey, baby.
We have a special guest with us.
Come here, baby.
Hello.
My why. This is my why. This is Miss London J. What would you say for the people? What kind of advice would you give to people in order for them to be themselves?
I would say don't care what anybody says about you. And even if, some tears shed, at the end of the day, everything's going to be all right.
Okay, then. Come on, Miss London.
All right.
So I have a question for you. What do you think? I want something like. What do you think about FLY Girlz?
I think that it has really helped me progress, being more social, not having mental breakdowns, and it just really has progressed me.
Okay. What if a young girl wanted to be in FLY Girlz?
Then I would tell her all about it.
Thank you. Is there anything else you want to share with our audience?
Nope, I am good.
Thank you.
I love her.
I love her too. Those were some good tips that she gave.
She really did. That surprised me.
Right.
I'm doing something great.
Right. Don't care about what people think about you. Well, I will say the caveat I would give to that, because again, I know social media.
Oh yes, please do.
Is how people around, again, community, how people around you where you can trust their opinion and trust their insight.
Yeah.
I was in a relationship that was a bad relationship, and I had people around me who was like, I don't think you should be in that. But where I was in that point in my life, they didn't feel comfortable coming to tell me that. And I'm like, I'm not that girl. Like, I'm not that girl where like, no, tell me, please. But I trust their opinion. They have shown and proven themselves, but I trust their opinion. So if they think a certain way about me, now I might take it or leave it. But I always want to have space for them to tell me, because we have blinders when it comes to ourselves.
Oh, yes, we do.
And so don't care what people think about you in general, but have a circle where you can trust and they feel comfortable telling you, because you don't want yes people around you all the time either.
Nope.
That's how people get in a lot of trouble.
Yep. I know.
So, anything else you want to share before we sign off?
No, but I want to thank you so much for having me on your platform. For me, I don't take things for granted, and I love your spirit. I met your husband before I met you, and so when I saw you guys together, it was so dope. I was like, yes, I love your husband. She was like, I love him too. I was like, and I started laughing. I said, yes, you better tell me that you love him too. You better. I did not take that offense, because my thing, why do people get offensive of doing that? Like you was bothered or something. I knew you wasn't bothered. I knew that you came in and it was beautiful.
Yes.
And then just hearing you speak, when I heard you speak at Black Coffee, it changed some things. It made me think about some things about myself, and I thank you, and I appreciate you and Marcine. I appreciate what you're doing for the community to make sure people are healthy and well in the mind, body, and spirit.
Yes.
So you keep doing what you're doing. You keep staying encouraged even when it looks like craziness is going around, or you want to give up. Don't give up, because guess what? You're never going to fail, because God never fails.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you too.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thank you. Well, I don't even have the words. Just thank you.
That's all. That's all we need.
I guess that's it, y'all. And remember, be intentional.
Be intentional.
Yes, ma'am.